Hi guys, hope you're great, having fun with studies. So, this is our third lecture in the series of human resource management and it is about job analysis. So, in this chapter, we'll be doing job analysis what, why, and how, sources and elements, then job design what, why, and how, and then difference between job analysis and job design, and the approaches to job design, and one behavioral approach to job design or theory. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. First is job analysis. What is job analysis? As the name suggests, it is particularly a study or investigation. So it is a formal and detailed examination of a job, whatever is contained in a job content, description, specification, everything. So it is a systematic investigation of the task, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environment of a particular job. That means what are the roles and responsibilities that a job requires, the skills that a job require, the outcomes or the objective of doing that job, the work environment, the relationship required in that particular job, the culture, the other technical and social details of that particular job is job analysis. This is only about the job. This is not about the person. I hope this is very clear. We just want to know the content, specifications, description, details, roles, responsibilities, technical requirements, social requirements, other qualities that are required for a particular job. Not about the person or the job holder, the currently who is a job holder. We only require to know everything about the job. So, the job analysis is an investigation of the roles and responsibilities, duties, etc. Why do we need to do the job analysis at the first place? We need to do the job analysis to determine the job relatedness of the employment procedures. That means we need to do the job analysis in order to connect everything to the acquisition, training, development, and utilization and retention of particular job. The four important functions of HRM, that is acquisition of the right men, utilization of the right men at the right place at the right time, development, training, and skill development of particular personnel, employee, workforce, etc., and the retention of the qualified and trained skilled workforce. So in these things we need to connect it to job analysis. So how job analysis help us doing all these things? First of all, it help us in recruitment or selection procedures, so that we come to know how to advertise it, means the qualities require, the quantitative requirement of the particular job, means how many persons are required in doing that job, what qualities the person should possess, what extra qualities the person should possess, at what time we need. All these things are we get it from job analysis, and hence it helps in placing the advertisement with right details, the salary or the compensation that we can offer, because the kind of outcome that that particular job gives us, on the basis of that we will determine the compensation, screening, how the candidates are to be shortlisted, on what basis, and interview questions, what interview questions will be asked in order to analyze the skills of that particular person, selection test, evaluation forms, orientation material, etc. Now then, in order to, first of all, that is recruitment. Second is utilization. So how you will utilize the particular person, how will you appraise his performance? That means for effective utilization and for improving the performance of the employee, we need to provide him the feedback that how he has done the work before and how he can improve his work, and this performance appraisal can be made better by doing the job analysis, so that the analyzer knows that how, what to appraise, what were his responsibilities and how much he has accomplished it. So setting all the performance standards, evaluation criteria, and all these things are done using job analysis reports. Now compensation, what compensation is to be provided, determining the training needs, means the content of training, methods, tools of training, and assessment test, etc. These can all be done with the help of job analysis. Okay. Now, okay, what is job analysis is okay, it is very important, it is okay. Then how to actually analyze a job? So you can analyze a job by personal interviews. You can hold interviews with the incumbent. Incumbent means the person who is doing the job right now. Then he can tell you about his experiences in the job, what all the things that he do daily, he at what time, how many people he interact with, whom does he report to. All these things can be known from the incumbent. Even from the supervisor, the one who supervises the job may also be able to answer you effectively and tell you what the job is about. Now sending out the questionnaire, you can hold personal interviews, or you can send out questionnaire to the incumbent, to the supervisors or the observers, etc. You can maintain the long record. You can allow them only, like you can allow, or you can ask the incumbent or the supervisor to maintain the whole record of things that they do in a day, everything. Or you can have an independent observer who will observe the person the whole day, what the job the person is doing, how he is interacting, what according to him qualities and skills are required for the job. So this job analysis, the process, the sources of job analysis, the sources of information, the way of doing the job analysis, it depends upon the type of job, number of jobs, number of incumbents, and the location of jobs. Okay. Next is sources of information from job analysis. It can be from the employees, those who are doing the job, supervisors who are supervising them, that means other employees, or from the outside observer, as we have seen in the last slide. Outside observers include job analysts, special job reviewing committees, etc. Okay. Next is elements of job analysis. Okay, we know now that job analysis can be done in these ways. But what actually is job analysis? It is okay, it is roles and responsibilities and all. But the actual content, or the exact, if you want to know the exact contents of a job analysis, means what you actually determine, you are aspiring to find out. So it can be classified into two. Means job analysis includes finding or its investigation of job content and job profile. So as it is a systematic and scientific study of a new vacant job to determine what is involved in that job, it has two subparts: to job content or job description, or job profile or job specification. It's very interesting, guys. Be tuned. First is job description. Job description is job content. That means what the job is all about. Okay. So let me give you a little briefing. This job content or job description is what the job is all about. What are the roles and responsibilities in that particular job, the operations to be done, the frequency of the operation cycle or job cycle, etc. This is job content. Job profile is about what skills are required to do the job. Means what qualities the person doing the job, what does he need to have. So we are not talking about the incumbent. We are talking about the person, whoever is doing the job. Means we are. You must actually get the difference that it is not about the only about the person. It is about the job requirement. That means we want to know the requirements of the job about the person. Means what qualities he should have, what skills he should have, what knowledge he should have, and how he should use it. Means particularly we are talking about his social, technical, psychological, and all the requirements that a job has. So it is job specification. These are the requirements of the job. Okay. Next comes job description. The job description, it has three main elements: roles and duties, job summary, and key role indicators. Roles and duties means what operations are you supposed to do in the job. It is set of responsibilities or expected results associated with the job. Job summary is about the job objective or the purpose statement. Means for what purpose are you doing the job. Means if you are doing a particular task for 1 month, what are you supposed to get out of that task? It is job summary. Describes the nature, level, and objective of the position. Now, key role indicators or general guidelines. It is information concerning a job is as descriptive as possible. Okay, we are actually, the name itself is description. So we are trying to make it as descriptive as possible, and as in KRI defines the people or departments which the position is required to relate with in the course of the job. KRI here is key role indicators. They define the people or departments which the position is required to relate within the course of job. It is more about the social thing. Means whom are you going to contact, whom you are going to report. So who are the people and departments which this job is required to relate, right? Okay. Fine. The job description has roles and responsibilities, duties, job summary, key role indicators, etc. Now comes job specification. Job specification or man specification or employee specification. It is about the requirement of the job, not about the person who is holding the job right now. We are just talking about the requirement of the job about the person. Okay, so what are the qualities that are required? Knowledge, skills and abilities, personal characteristics, physical characteristics, mental characteristics, and psychological characteristics. Contents include like essential qualities, like essential qualities that he must possess, those skills which may be helpful or which he may possess, and content indicators which he should not possess, otherwise it will act as a hurdle in the organizational performance or duty performance or job performance. So there is a difference between knowledge and skill. Knowledge is the technical knowledge or the degrees or qualifications a person has, his theoretical thing knowledge about something, that is knowledge. And skills is the his practicability, more about practicability, means his ability to use that knowledge is skill. Okay, so it's about his technical knowledge, his social, psychological skills or communication skills, etc. that is required, and those elements which are not required. Oh, I hope it's clear. Next is job design. This is an interesting concept. See, till now we have learned about job analysis. So analysis was what a job is all about, all about. So we had two parts of it: job content and job profile. Job content was description, job profile was specification. Job content had everything that a job has to do: roles and responsibilities, special key role indicators, job summary, objective, purpose statement, everything. Then came job specification or job profile, where we are required to find what a person should possess, means what qualities he should possess, what desirable qualities he may possess, and what qualities he should not have, or his personal, physical, mental, psychological abilities, knowledge and skill, etc. Now comes a new concept, that is job design. What job analysis does is used by job design. That means it is a logical sequence to job analysis. It is the process of deciding on the contents of a job. Means you are deciding on the content of the job in terms of its duties and responsibilities, methods to be used in carrying out the job, techniques and system and procedures, relationship that should exist. See, what is happening is, with the job analysis in place, is you get a complete detail about what the job requires. On the basis of that requirement, you have a list of this is required. On the basis of that, you design that job. Now you design that job, taking into consideration your organization, your environment and everything. You actually now completely summarize what duties and responsibilities will your job have, what methods you will be using in carrying out this particular job, what techniques, systems and procedures will be used, and what relationships should be established on the basis of analysis. So it attempts to to structure both technical and social aspects of the job, means what technical qualities and skills or technicalities in the job design is required, and social aspects about relationships and everything, to attain a fit between individual and the job. I hope it is very clear. It is like job analysis is an input to job designing. So what all it includes, just revise it once again: duties and responsibilities, methods to be used, techniques, procedures and systems, and relationship that should be established or should be bring into existence. Okay, next comes, okay, we have done this. Okay, job design is helpful in both those four things. Then how job design helps, how job design also helps in all those four things. It enables the employee to control, though it actually brings about more clarity in working. That means an employee knows what he has to do, how he has to do, when he has to do, who he has to report out, and how he has to get the feedback of his work, how can he improve his work. All these things are very clear to him. So when the things are clear to him, it helps him to control over the to get a control over the aspects of their work. It enhances the quality, it's not equality, it's quality of work, harnesses the potential of the workers in more effective manner, improves employee performance, hence improves the organizational effectiveness and everything. Okay, fine. Next is, what are the techniques of job design? See, what are the techniques of job analysis? We talked about job main sources of interviews, etc. And that we did. Now, techniques of job design. There are three techniques of job design. मतलब how you can make a job more clear, how you can actually structure the job. These three things are there: job specification, job enlargement, and one is job enrichment. Who have actually attended the organizational behavior sessions, they know what is job enlargement and job enrichment. So those who have not, let's do it here. Job specification. Job specification is simply you break down the job in smaller tasks and smaller units, which are very few operations, and then assign those jobs clearly to the other person. Is what happens here is that the person knows how many things he has to do, what are the operations involved. He get very clear picture in his mind that he has to do these things. Now, so it helps in help the employee learn the task rapidly. He has short work cycles. It allows task performance. Low skilled and low paid employees can be hired and trained easily because it helps in learning. Why not? Because if it is like dysfunctional features of job specification. It leads to boredom, alienation. That means his personal input is not required here. He has to do everything that is documented, and in that manner, so it leads to lack of motivation. There is low job satisfaction, and there is lower productivity, and hence increased cost. As soon as you lower your productivity, you increase cost. So now next is job enlargement. Those who has actually done the OB session, they know what is job enlargement. See, job enlargement is particularly horizontal job loading. They like you are actually increasing the number of operations that a person has to perform, as well as the job cycles that he has to do. The frequency of the job cycles have increased, so it expands the job horizontally, increases job scope, increases the number of operations performed, frequency of cycle with which the job cycle is repeated. See what is happening here. Like for example, a person is required to sort out the mails that is received by an organization according to the departments. So if he is just sorting out the mails, then one more job task can be added here, that he has also to get the physical copies of those jobs, hard copies of the job, that particular mails, and then provide or transmit those hard copies to the respective departments. So it is like his job has been increased, enlarged. It is horizontal job loading. New operations have been added in his job. What happens here? Why it is helpful? It increases the job responsibilities. It increases the fast completion of organizational operations, lesser personnel requirement, etc. But why not we should go for it? Because it increases the workload. It increases the workload without increasing any autonomy or any other psychological factor in it. So what it may lead to tiredness of the employee, overloading, and they may feel overloaded and underpaid, and this may ultimately have an impact on his motivation, and hence the organizational performance may fall. So these things have to be taken care of. Next is job enrichment. This is a very important tool of motivation as well. What you are doing here is you are going by Herzberg's theory. I hope you remember, otherwise I tell you. Herzberg's two-factor theory is like we have two kind of factors. One are satisfiers and other are motivators. So let us concentrate on motivators. Motivators are those factors which actually motivate a person. So what job enrichment tries to do, it tries to include those motivators in the job. And what are those motivators? Those motivators are like increased job responsibility, autonomy, independence, and in this case we are just providing him those higher order needs. We are just trying to fulfill those higher order needs. It's in that five needs we have learned. So here what we are doing to do is providing him higher sense of challenge and achievement. See, job and the enrichment is vertical job loading. It is embellishing the job with factors that Herzberg characterized as motivators. Higher sense of challenge and achievement. It is source of more employee satisfaction. He gets a positive attitude about organization because he feels a belongingness. We create a goal congruency here because his employees satisfaction is reached by performing the job effectively. So there's a lot of job goal congruency here. So it has a better self image, is easy change management because increased employee cooperation and commitment. But there it also humanizes the organization, but there are also chances of misuse of authority and neglect of responsibility. But overall, job enrichment actually has positive results. Positive results have been seen. It is used by many organizations, and organizational effectiveness has been seen to increased. Now, what is the difference between job analysis and job design? You all know that there is main difference is purpose. Job analysis act as a input to job design. Job analysis is what actually it is done in a job. So, and what job design is, we create the job by arranging work tasks to arrive at the maximum efficiency and optimal outcomes. We take care of the environment of the organization. We try to establish or structure the job in a way that there is a fit between the organization, between the job and the employee, etc., etc. So now what are the approaches to job design? Classical approach, as you all know who has done the OB thing, I will suggest you, if you have not done the OB sessions, please first of all go and cover those OB sessions. They are the base for everything in commerce and accountancy. They help us in understanding all other things. So here, those who have done this, they know that classical approach is more a mechanical approach given by Folow, Taylor, etc., and they like Weber, and they focus more on standardization, simplification, and more of control on the employee. And then we have a behavioral approach where comes Elton Mayo, O. Herzberg, Chester Bernard, etc. They talk of more humanistic thing, like understanding the human behavior, allowing them group cohesion, and group work, talking about social interpersonal relationships that they have, talking about higher order needs or psychological needs. So this is what behavioral approach says. And in case of job design also, the Taylor suggested that there must be more standardization, and all these things in job design means you go for simplification, you go for standardization, etc. But he only suggested later on that more of this standardization and simplification will not help in the long run, especially in the period when there is increased awareness, improved education, and rising expectation of the workforce, because their demands have risen up. And so you need a more humanistic approach in order to motivate your employees and keep them interested in the work. So behavioral approach, they suggest of more humanistic approach. We have learned till now, they just not talk about the technical efficiency, they also talk about the psychological needs of the workers. So they try to actually establish a relationship between the organization's objective and the employees' objectives, that is goal congruency. So it is a socio-technical approach. Write it down, those who are taking notes. It is a socio-technical approach. It deals with both technical and social aspects of a job. So there is one model given by Hackman and Hackman and Oldham, that is job characteristics model. So this job characteristics model, it says that these three psychological state they help in getting outcome, and these psychological states can be attained from this. That means for this outcome we need to attain these states, and for these states we need to have these characteristics. See, skill variety means how many skills or talents are required to do what they are asked to do. Are they asked to do different things, different tasks? Is it monotonous or repetitive? So this is what is skill variety. Then task identity here means, is there a clearly defined beginning, middle, and end to a given task? Means a specification, clarity. Does a worker knows what he is supposed to do or not, or is there any kind of ambiguity? And what is task significance? Task significance, does the task have a significant impact? Will it matter to people either within the organization or to society? Does it have some meaning, etc.? So all these things will determine the meaningfulness of the job. And if this meaningfulness is attained, a person actually he establishes a meaning to his job. So there will be a more satisfaction, a more improved performance from his side. You remember Victor Vroom's expectancy model? We used to establish expectancy, instrumentality, and valence. So this is valence particularly. Those who remember can recall. It is valence. Now autonomy. Autonomy means how much freedom he has been given to reschedule the task, reschedule the work. Does he have flexible work timings? Does he take new initiatives, efforts, or innovations he can do, etc. So this autonomy leads to greater responsibility. If he has greater autonomy, it will lead to greater responsibility, because as Spider-Man says that more power comes with more responsibility. Yes. So with the increased responsibility, people get more motivation and satisfaction, and they increases their efforts in the work. If they get proper feedback from the job, then they know the results, how the things were done, and they can actually relate the results to their efforts. And on the basis of that, in order to improve the results, they can also increase their efforts. Same comes from the same Vector Vroom's theory, and hence it increases the work effectiveness. Hope you got this. This is simply three psychological characteristics is required, that is meaningfulness, then responsibility, and then finally we need knowledge of the results, means how we can improve it, why the task is essential, what he has to do, and then and how he can improve. So if these things are clear, on the basis of these things, this can be achieved, that is work motivation, satisfaction, journal satisfaction, work effectiveness. Okay, so this was all. So I hope you are able to answer these say, questions. The questions were in the beginning of we did. The questions were: what is job analysis, why job analysis, how job analysis, sources, elements, what is job design, why job design, how job design, difference and approaches, and last the approach that we did by the Hackman and Oldham. Okay, so guys, let's end this session with a quote as usual: be happy in the moment, that's enough, each moment is all we need, not more. So have a great day. Thank you so much.